Hello friends and welcome to the stream. My name is tmaaz. This is the construction zone. How the heck are you doing? How are things going? I hope things are going well. I hope you are doing well. If you are watching this live, we are happy Saturday. If you are watching this later on the VODs or on the videos over on YouTube, happy time zone appropriate salutations. Hope everything's going well. As you can see on the big bright and shiny monitor here, we are going to be getting back into some Minecraft. As the title of the stream says, it is a spook-free Saturday. There are more than enough things that go bump in the night, and horror movies and horror games and blood, guts, and gore all over the place during this month. And for some of us, it can be a little overwhelming and a little much. And so myself, along with several other streamers, we have made it a point to have spook-free, scary-free streams during the month of October, where we're not playing any scary games, we're not doing any spooky stuff, so that you, as a viewer, have an option. You have somewhere else to go and to look at something that isn't spooky, scary, or gory, or whatever. I think it's nice to take a break from it once in a while. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and get into the game. Hold on one second here. I just realized that my monitor is doing something weird. Let's try it. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. I was just realizing just before I went to flip the screens around, I realized that my next scene, my next setup that shows the game and everything, for some reason had disconnected from the game, and so it was just a blank screen. And I'm glad I looked at that before I flipped it around and went, hey, what's going on? So hey, we're batting 1,000 today. We just started and we're already having technical issues. Yay. But anyway, let's go ahead and flip the monitor around and we will get into the game. All right. Let's turn the game volume on. And it sounds like it's raining. Gosh, there's a surprise. I think it rains more often than it doesn't in my world. On my server, it just seems to rain a lot. All right. And as always, I'm gonna watch for just a second here to see. Up in the top left-hand corner of the screen, sorry, the top right-hand corner of the screen, there should be, ooh, that was loud, some lightning. There should be the occasional, pop-up that shows up for, Pretzel, and I'm not seeing it. Let me see what's going on with that layer. Again, we are just having some interesting things going on here. Let's try this. Let's see, is that going to show up? Yeah, there we go. That's weird. For some reason, it just wasn't working. Let me. Let's see. I need to move that back over there. Okay. So, with that being said, now I need to make sure that the server is not doing anything weird. Make sure we're not skipping any frames or lagging. Let's open the monitor up and flush the memory. There we go. It dropped from 1100 down to 400. That's a little better. Yeah, the OBS is still being a memory hog. It's still got some kind of leak going on where it just keeps hoarding memory. And I have to keep going in and popping the memory cache so that it lets go of it and doesn't keep hoarding it and seizing up. So yeah, so that's always fun. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back into the game here. If you've noticed, it is a very subtle difference, but there is a difference, and so I'm going to bring it up. I have actually changed shader packs for pretty much the entire time that I have been playing Minecraft. I have been using the BSL shader along with Optifine, and I really liked it, but there were certain things about it that it wasn't a memory issue. It wasn't that it was like lagging. There really wasn't anything wrong with it, but there were things that it wasn't doing that I saw other shader packs that were keeping up with, with changes in, I don't know, I guess changes in how people were doing things, how people tended to use the game, etc. And there are more and more of us that are using realistic shaders to add a sense of realism to the game. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome in. So yeah, and I'd been struggling with it. I've been looking at several different shaders in the market today, and the one that I consistently saw other streamers using and hearing people saying nothing but good things about was the complementary shader pack. And so I went in and I took a look at it, ran it through its paces. I put it on my machine and just absolutely cranked everything up to like the highest level it could go. And the game still played fine. And so I felt like that was a good enough a test run for me to start using it and at least try it in a real world setting and try it while I was streaming. And so we are currently on the complementary shader pack. It has been tweaked slightly from the base. What is it called? Realistic? Hold on. What's it called? Let's go options, video settings, shaders. Complementary Unbound. There is Reimagined, which is a much more kind of 2D variation. But I'm using the Unbound one because it is a much more realistic, like the water looks realistic. Shadows in here are just beautiful. They've done a really good job capturing the shadows and stuff. Like here where it gets down to the bottom of the floor, the walls get darker and stuff where they meet. Yeah, it's pretty slick. It's night outside, so you can't see it, but the water is beautiful in this. So that is one change that we've made, is we are now using the complementary shader pack. There is a mod pack that I've been looking at using, but I'm really nervous about starting to use it. Oh, and I put a pumpkin out here. This is our pumpkin, our jack-o'-lantern from last year. I realized I had it in one of my storage crates, and so I got it out and put it out in front of the house again. So yeah, we have our pumpkin back. But the night sky in complimentary, we have the crescent moon up there. We got the moon back. The clouds are realistic. The night sky is just beautiful. And let's see. We're not going to be able to see much right now because of it's nighttime, but this water pack, the waves look a little more realistic out there. They don't go as far as some shader packs do, where the water, like the waves and stuff, are just like wild. But yeah, like the close up here, you can see, because it's shallow, you can see down to the bottom, because the water is so clear. But then once you get out here to the deeper water and stuff, it gets blank. And so yeah, I personally, I think it's a really good pack, and so I've been happy with it so far. I've been messing with it this week. So yeah, I'm happy with it, and I think we're going to go ahead and move forward with using it. What I had started to talk about was there's a mod that I've been vacillating back and forth. It's been weeks now that I've been looking into it. And I'm really, really hesitant to put it on my machine, because I have to put it. It's one of those mod packs that it alters the what do you call it? What is this thing? The advancements. There is a there's a mod pack that I would love to use because of look at a parrot through a spyglass. Okay. There's a mod pack that I've been looking at getting, but it so fully integrates with the game and expands how things work with the game that I am afraid that if I didn't like it or something was wrong with it and I tried to take it back out, that it would bork the game, that it would just absolutely screw things up. And so I can't seem to find a straight answer as to whether or not it cleanly uninstalls or if it breaks the game. And so that's why I keep vacillating on it, is because I'm like, I don't want to break my game just to use a modification pack. But what the pack does is it gives you here, let me look at my list here for a second. I've got it off to the side in a text file. And I'm not going to name the pack because I'm not bad-mouthing them about the whole thing of, installing it and then not being able to get it back out. That's just a general fact with mod packs. Unless it's a very, very superficial top-level mod where it's just changing the look of things, anything deeper than that has any alteration to the game itself, it gets into your files, and if you need to pull it back out or you don't want to use it, extricating it from the system is like surgery, because it can really screw things up if those items are no longer in the game and the game is expecting them to be there when it boots back up. It can cause just a nightmare of problems. And so I honestly would hope that developers would start adding those to mod packs where, if you're going to make a mod, it has to have an uninstall, that it cleanly uninstalls itself without breaking the game. But anyway, so the mod pack that I've been looking at, it creates a huge advancement to the whole farming aspect of the game. It adds a ton of different foods. It adds different tools for the kitchen. It adds furniture for the kitchen. It adds drinks, and there's pet food. There's food you can share with other players. There's like a ton of new recipes with all the new food items that you can plant and find in the wild. And what it's just this, it's a really big mod. And I thought it would be a really cool thing to add to the game. But it's one of those things, it's at what cost? Is it going to be something that I literally cannot get back out of the game? And if I don't like it, or if it messes things up, is there a way to get back where we were? So that is I'm still waiting to get some definitive word on whether or not it can be absolutely cleanly uninstalled and not damage the world that's there. So with that being said, those are new things we're working on. Other new things. Oh, hold on one second. I feel like the music's a little higher than usual. Where is? Yeah, just want to take the music down just a touch. It feels like it's louder than usual. I felt like I was having to yell over the top of it. But yeah, the music that we're listening to is actually Pretzel. It is a DMCA safe tool for streamers and for just anybody who wants to listen to music that isn't bogged down by copyright laws and rules and whatnot. There are some fantastic artists on here that it would be great to support. So if you are in the mindset of supporting folks like that and companies like that, head over to pretzel.rocks. That is their URL, pretzel.rocks. You can download a free player, listen to all the music you want. If you love what you listen to, and if you're a streamer and you want a new music system for playing in the background and not have to worry about literally having your stream taken down or to lose your ability to stream because you were streaming copyrighted material, I definitely highly suggest getting something like Pretzel, where you do not have to worry about it because their lawyers have taken care of all the paperwork already. So yeah, all of the music that you're listening to now is DMCA safe. I won't get any strikes for it. When I post the videos to YouTube later, I won't get strikes there either. So yeah, it's a really great system. But pretzel.rocks, and if you're listening to something, you're like, wow, this is a really cool song, I wonder what it is. All you have to do is in chat, if you type !song, it will tell you what is currently playing. Right now it is playing a song by the name of Noodle A by Russell Jerome Smith III. So yeah, that easy. All you have to do is just type in !song and you can hear what's playing. And it actually even gives you a link where if you click it, it'll take you right to Pretzel and you can listen to it on their directly on their system. So yeah. All right, so that is my plug for pretzel.rocks. I'm a big fan of theirs. I've been using them for years now. I couldn't be happier with them. They're a really nice group of people. They're very helpful. The support's great. I can't say enough nice things about those guys. But back to the game here. I've been vacillating on what we were going to do today. There are a couple things we can do. I have a laundry list of things that need to be done and projects that we're doing as we're working on this. Most recently, we have been working on the hotel, which is up here. I'll zoom in on it. This is our hotel. It will also be the kind of like welcome center slash spawn point back here. I accidentally was doing this. This 3-story building here is actually a different building. We're looking here in between the two. This building back here. this 3-story building. That is the hotel back there. It is nestled up against the foothills of the mountain there. There are some things we've been trying to figure out how to deal with and how to implement. We'll go ahead and head up that direction here. Kind of cut over to the sidewalk. There it is. I'll go up this way. Yeah, I just love how crisp the sunlight is through everything. It's just so pretty. The shader pack's really nice. So yeah, this is Raven's Roost. This is the inn. It will be the... I need to scroll down on my list of notes here. Where was it? There we go. Okay. Yeah, this would be once we open the server up to members of the community and stuff like that. This will be like when you first get here, you'll stay here until you get your feet under you, and get moved in and get your stuff going and stuff. Look at those light beams. That was pretty. Wow. So yeah, and so as I was working on this, yeah, Raven Roost Inn says there. So you come in the front door. Oh, that's quiet. Okay, so the game is quiet and the music was loud. Let's try that. There we go. That's a little better. So here's the concierge desk. Over here, there's going to be either here or on the other side of the wall, there's going to be a large map. This is basically just going to be the welcome area for Raven Roost. In here would just be kind of like a community sitting area. This may be where I put the map of the local area up on the wall. I'm actually going to remove, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. This whole section here, I believe, I'm still working out the details on it, but I think I'm going to remove this and put in like a nice big fireplace. Let's go around back and see if that's something that could be included. We're going to walk around the back of the building here. Let's see, where does that hit? That hits right here. So there's a part of a window. So as long as the smokestack is only 3 wide, it would be completely unobtrusive. It wouldn't be any problem at all to put it in. Yeah, so that's good. Awesome. That's what we like to hear. Not problematic. All right, so yeah, that was one of the plans, is to put in a fireplace. Wow, full moon coming up. Look at that. That's pretty. So yeah, thinking a fireplace here. This may be like, the map, maybe some seating back here, like a little library kind of nook area. And then over here, this would be like the dining area. I haven't quite mapped out how I'm going to make all this work, but I want it to have like almost like a coffee bar, like if you were to walk into a Starbucks or something here, like in any place like that, where you've got like a basic area for getting food and stuff like that, some seats out here, just kind of a general area for people to kind of converge and to hang out. And then down here in the basement, there is a room here, and then an equally large room directly underneath the the dining area that I was just talking about upstairs. Originally, my thought process was, I'm going to stick a door here. This will be storage for the hotel. So there'll be like crates and stuff and whatnot down here, extra bits and bobs that they need. And then down here, I was thinking maybe like a sauna back here and like a hot springs in-ground indoor pool here. And kind of do something fun with this, kind of make it interesting. Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate that. And so, so that was the thought process on this. And then I was like, oh, wait, we have a concierge here. Someone's going to have to run the hotel, so they're going to need somewhere to stay. And the first thing my brain thought was, well, this is fine. All I'll do is I'll just run a set of stairs up out of the basement here. And then I looked at it and I'm like, this looks like a prison cell. Who wants to live down here? There's no windows. No one's going to want to live in this box. Like, it literally looks like a prison. And so I had to rethink it. I'm like, well, I can't expect one of them to live in the hotel in one of the guest rooms. I mean, that doesn't seem fair. If they're going to run this place and they're going to have the responsibility of running this place, they need to, basically they are the owners of the hotel. They're going to be running and taking care of the hotel. They should get better treatment than that. And so what I'm going to do is, where this fence stops, and I had said we're just going to keep building up if we need to. I think what we're going to do is this stairwell will go upstairs, and then this whole side of the building, from here all the way to the end, this side of the building is going to actually be the concierge's home on top of the building over here. And on this side of the building, from here all the way forward to up here, this will be a, like an observation deck. It'll be like just an overview, kind of like where you can go stand up there and, have a cup of coffee and watch the sunrise over the ocean and whatnot and stuff. And I thought that would be kind of cool. So yeah, that is the plan for this level, is instead of adding more levels, we're going to add a home for the concierge, for the person who runs this hotel. So that's what'll be next for this. And so, I'm mapping that out kind of in my head as to how that's going to work and how we need to do that. And if it's feasible, where I could, if need be, if we do need to add more rooms, maybe do one more floor up there. We'll scoot out this way. Look back at it. And, maybe, say as a just in case, maybe we'll go ahead and add a third floor. And then the fourth floor at the very top will be the concierge's home on this side. And then on this is bigger. Yeah, okay, so the concierge's house, I think, will be on this side. And then this will be like the overlook deck for guests, where they can look down over the... Is that going to cut off the view? I'm torn. Yeah, I'm torn on which side. I think the concierge should... I think the house should be on this side, and the deck should be here so that it's an unobstructed view of the entire, as far as they can see. Just out of curiosity, when you're that high, hold on, I'm going to use free cam here for a second. Let me stand about here. What is it, this one? There we go. And up is, nope, that's forward. That's down. Let's go up. And let's up a little bit more. And then we'll scoot over here to where I'm trying to make it as realistic as possible. Okay, so if I was standing up here, that's the view. Yeah, because if the house was here, I'd be back here, and that whole section of the sky would be cut off by the house. So, yeah, I think it's better that the deck be over here. So yeah, they'll have a nice commanding view of the area and whatnot. But I was thinking, adding, like I was saying, adding another floor. So, oops, go upward. I'm still getting used to doing the free cam. So it's actually going to be up like here. We're going to be almost even with the actual the height of the of the what the heck, the lighthouse over there. Sunrise is very pretty. Yeah, this is gonna be one of the highest points up here. The mountain still towers over us, even this high. But yeah, so that'll be next. But with all of this being said, let's fly over this way. And we'll come back down. There we go. With all of this being said, this work that's going to be done. The one thing I've been doing is the more I've been looking at this, and the more I've been looking at the buildings I've made, and like this bridge, and all of the buildings have a somewhat unique design to them while trying to stay consistent. And I feel like that I have been keeping true to that, and I have been doing that. However, the one thing I'm noticing is just I've been using almost solely oak for everything, and it feels really beige. Like the whole world feels beige. It's like everything, there's so much beige going on. And so I am currently looking at some different ideas. I'm not going to change it radically. Like this building, I dig how this works. It almost has like a what would you call it? Mid-century modern kind of thing going on with this one. These have almost kind of like a Tudor look to them. But yeah, I feel like the fact that we're using cobblestone everywhere, because it's so freely and readily available here. There's cobblestone everywhere I look. And I think using it as like a foundation for all of the buildings, that's fine. But I think using it everywhere is getting to be a bit much. And I think I need to pick like a consistent stone. Like there's stone here. So maybe these need to be stone instead of. Yeah, I'm vacillating on what I need to do to make this look better, because I feel like I need to take it up a notch. Like this one's getting better. I feel like I made some headway on this. This design feels a little better, but it still feels kind of chunky, and like I don't know. I feel like I can do better, and I want to do better because this is going to be, the people who play on this server, this is going to be their first experience in this world. And so yeah, I'm vacillating on what to do with this. I want Pirates Bay to be like a very cozy kind of, place where you get your legs under you and figure out what you're doing in this game. Yeah, like this. I designed it this way partially out of necessity, but when you look at the actual, get up there. Oh, can't see it from here. Back over this way. When you look at the actual size of that thing, look how gigantic that is. That's like, it's a massive structure for just a fireplace. So yeah, I feel like there are things that I can do better and that I need to do better. And so I want to work on coming up with a consistent look and feel across the buildings here that feels better. I'm not loving it right now, and I want to. And so, like, this one has a very inner city kind of, that's your basic kind of brownstone. You've got the tiers, you've got the even windows. It's I wouldn't say it's brutalist, but it's very utilitarian. Like it does its job, and that's exactly what it's there for, kind of a thing. Yeah, there's like minimal flourish on the outside and stuff, and flat roof on that one compared to every other building here that has pitched roofs. Yeah, so that is, I'm still trying to figure that part out. So yeah, those are our big ticket items that are coming up. And part of the reason I'm having this realization is I've still got, if we come down here and look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's still like 7, 8, at least 8 buildings that still have to be built yet. And so, yeah, better to remedy the issue now before we get in any deeper and it's just even more work that has to be done backtracking to fix things. Yeah, so we'll get it figured out. It's just a matter of how are we going to do it. So yeah, the items that we covered on this are extending this one more layer and then concierge on top. And I'm not sure about the deck. Should the deck just be for the concierge because it's theirs? Because it's one of those things where, okay, well, Do you want a bunch of hotel guests standing on a balcony that basically looks in your living room window? That does. There isn't a sense of privacy there between the two. Um, and there's no way to add privacy when it's an L shape like this without one or both losing some of the scenery. So maybe we just make the top floor solely for the concierge, and that's it. You know, that's their living quarters. They get to live on the top. They get the penthouse suite. So yeah, so that's the hotel. I was also thinking for these rooms. Let's go inside. Let's go up into one of the rooms here. So that's a huge chest. Do they need a double? Maybe we should just give them a single. And there's a double chest in every room. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6. What is that? 54? That seems like a lot for someone who's just starting out. Do they need that much room? I mean, it fits. It's not like it's a space issue. Whoops. The sunbeams coming over the mountains as the sunset happens. That was pretty. Yeah, I'm digging this shader pack. This is really nice. Yeah, maybe it's fine. Let's see, what else did we have on here? Oh, trying to figure out what goes into each chest as a starter kit. And then I talked, yeah, the fireplace there, the map wall there, figuring out the seating here, kitchenette or whatever, plants, better lighting, maybe like an area rug here, or maybe even, I mean, if this area is over storage, we don't have to worry about the ceiling below. We could even do, I mean, we could go fancy, do some like terracotta flooring or something in here. Let's see. And then in here, yeah, we just need something basic for like this little kind of area here. Yeah, we need to figure out the. Hello. Need to figure out, Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. We need to figure out the... We need to figure out the design issues, though. Because I feel like moving forward is going to... It's going to be hampered by my desire to want these things to look different. Or to look better. Not necessarily that much different, just... I want it to look better. I mean, I'm happy with this building outside of the cobblestone. I feel like the cobblestone looks really repetitive because the design is, you know, the individual block just looks the way it looks, and so it's that pattern repeated over and over and over again. Maybe if it was randomized and actually looked like cobblestone, it might be better, but yeah, I'm trying to imagine what other stone could we put up there, because we have, like, here on the floor and here in the ceiling, we're using actual stone, just stone. So darker? Do we have a darker stone? What could we use? I mean, I've got deep slate. We could use... Does that format into stone? Oh yeah, I can make any kind of stone with it. Yeah, I can do slabs, I can do stairs, I can do chiseled. Tiles, tile wall, tile stairs, tile slab, and then the brick versions. Oh, and then there's a polished version as well. Good grief. So let's make, let's see. Grab that. Stairs. I don't use these wall blocks very often. And then we'll do that. And that version of the stairs. That block. And then there's the tile version. Stairs. Block. And then there's the polished version. All right. We'll pull this back out. So if I go there, oh, it only makes it in sets of 4? Cobbled deep slate. Okay, so that is what this version is. So no, I don't want it to do this. do that. All right, let's. Whoop. Let's take this somewhere. Let's see. I need neutral. We can go out here on the sandbar where we have a neutral kind of brown color behind it. Here we go. And we'll just line everything up. All right, so first on the list is the polished. Okay. All right, and then the next set. Okay. Trying to see. Okay, yeah, there is a subtle. There's definitely a difference there. This has more of a brick look. This more has a stonework kind of look to it. All right. Let's see. Next set. Did I do that? I did it out of line. Okay, much bigger design. Okay, yeah, so this kind of has a like rough brick design. This has kind of a small stonework design. This has a large stonework design. Okay, I'm seeing the differences now. And then chiseled. Oh, there's just this one chiseled block. So this is kind of just separate from everything else. Oh, that's an interesting. It almost looks like a shulker box. Or what do you call it? The those control boxes or whatever that you can automate things. It's got like a face almost on it. That's an interesting. Yeah, I don't see where that would. I mean, if you lined up a bunch of these in a row, this pattern would be kind of interesting. Okay, so last but not least, we'll do this set. And we'll just put this back here. So let's say that with that and that. Let's see. Yeah, I like how versatile this is. I really like that there are these different variations of the design, and that it's a dark stone like this. This one, I don't see me using this. Just kind of in its base format like that. It looks like the cobblestone. In fact, it just looks like a darker, almost, I would go as far as saying a dirtier version of the the existing cobblestone. This is definitely interesting, and it would be interesting to see where it could be used. So let's put these back the way they were. There's that, that, and that. Yeah, personal choice, this is top. I really like this one. Okay, the chiseled one we're just going to set over there. This is deep slate tiles. So that one, this one will be in last place. This one is in first. Yeah, the tile version I really like, and then yeah, I would have to go with the bricks next. Deep slate bricks, deep slate slab, yep, and then that. And then these, the polished ones. Would be in third. Like that. Okay, so with that thought process in mind, we have literally a virtually limitless supply of deep slate just underneath us. It just goes on and on and on forever under there. I mean, obviously it doesn't literally go on forever, but for all intents and purposes, it might as well, because probably in the grand scheme of things, there is a virtually limitless supply of it because of how big this world is. So let's do a mix and match here. What if let's try putting it in here. Can we do this without too much effort? Are we gonna break anything? Let's see. We got short walls. Oh, we got the giant fire. Oh, and for the sake of side-by-side comparison, 1, 2, actually, 1, 2, 3, and 2 wall pieces. So for this, for an outdoor use like this, I almost feel like that polished would work. Let's go make a couple more. And we'll give it a shot. Okay, so put that in there. It was this one. Okay. So let's say let's make 3 of those. Three of those. And another set of stairs. All right, let's try that. Don't know where I'm going. God, just kind of wandered off into the woods there. All right, so we're just going to replace this bit here and then look at it with the rest of it next to it. All right, so those are 2 wall pieces. Let's keep this over here. I want to swap these so that my working tools are, yeah. Oh man, I like that. Holy cow. And you can still see a little bit of the cobblestone foundation down there. I dig that. Is it too much of a contrast with the stone, though? We may need to wait for the sun to come back up. Because, I mean, it definitely looks better. To me, I feel like it looks better than the cobblestone. Let's see. Because we can... Oh, I didn't make any walls. I was going to say, we could swap it out with the darker cobbled and see if that works. So, fine, let's do that. Let's make some walls really quick. This is just cobbled. What did I say? Just a couple of those. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, it is. It's literally just a dark version of that. It's got the same issue of the unfortunate repetitiveness of it kind of being its downfall, I feel. Yeah, because when you've got a bunch of it all together, it just that repetitiveness just sticks out like the walls here. It's like, oh boy, okay, there's a that is a repeating pattern over and over again. Um, so, excuse me. So not bad. Better than this. Um, all right, so so that's definitely an option. Um, so let's see. From the outside looking at it, we've got the wall chunks. There's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think it's on the back as well, isn't it? Oh, there's that. 7, 8. Did I already use it there? Yeah, look at the difference between those two. Did I already use it for the inset parts? Hold on, what is this? No, that says it's just a cobblestone wall. Why does that look so much darker? Yeah, it says it's just a cobblestone wall. Hi, chickens. I think maybe that's why I did that, because it did give such a different appearance. And now the interesting part is when it's up against the building, it looks darker. When it's freestanding, so you're telling me those two things are the same thing, side by side? Cobblestone wall? Cobblestone wall? They're exactly the same block. Okay. Exactly the same block, and they look that different from each other. Side by side, they look that different from each other. Excuse me. I guess that really shouldn't come as that big of a surprise. I mean, we have places where there are two identical signs literally touching each other right next to each other, and they look like two completely different types of wood. Like down here in the down in the warehouse. This is a prime example. Those two signs look like they're two different pieces of wood, and they're the exact same thing. That sign looks different from those. Same thing. Same thing. Yeah, it really depends on the current lighting conditions. Okay, so I'm still vacillating on it. I think I'm gonna have to sit and play with it and just figure out what, just have stacks of everything. Change it, look at it, pull it all out, change it, look at it. Yeah, when the sunlight hits it, look at the difference between those. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, the sunlight's directly shining on it, and look at the difference between that, and then this. Something about this being freestanding makes it look lighter than those, and I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why those blocks look so different from this. So let's try this. What happens if we put a deep slate up here? Okay, and so that is definitely darker than that. And a different pattern, so let's see. All right. Let's put this back before I forget it. And then I'll be like, what the heck's wrong with that one pole? Let's do that and that. Yeah, there's the sign issue again. Two identical signs right next to each other. They look like they're made of two different kinds of wood. It's just a weird glitch of the lighting, but the problem is, what we're seeing is what we're seeing, and so that's not going to change. So do we change the material to match so that it looks right? Or do we match the material so the material is exactly the same throughout? That's the conundrum you end up getting into. Yeah, because all of this is all using the exact same cobblestone, and yet these two pillars look entirely different from all of these pieces, which are the same thing. It's a tile, a wall tile. But when it stands alone versus in that format, it just looks different. Yeah, you know what? And I'm thinking these foundations, these building foundations, if they were in this darker cobbled deep slate, I feel like it's going to look better. Let's test that theory. I pulled all that out. Yeah, see how this just stands out? It's so bright. The edges of the stones are so bright. And this, it just totally blends in. Like, it just looks right. Yeah, you don't even really notice the foundation anymore compared to those walls. Okay, so... Well, I guess this is one really quick one we could do. Because this building... It's just got this small basement. We just swap all of this out and it'd be done. Yeah, let's do a quickie. This one will be easy. Let's go grab a couple stacks of the cobbled deep slate and we'll call it good on that. Bouncing all over the place. Oh yeah, so what I want to do is I want to save these. They're stacked in 4. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Let's do this. Go, and then this. Put that up there because we're going to pull all of that out. Set this aside because we're not going to use it. And now, let me see. How many do I think it's going to take? What do we say? Like, let's say 3 and the remainder. Let's see how good we are at estimating. All right. Let's go fix a building. All right, we'll come back up here. And we're going to go around the exterior and can I get to that from... Okay, you can't see it there, so it's here. Can't see it there. So almost all of it is inside. Okay, so I thought all of it was visible from the outside. So I probably grabbed too much. Yeah, because we can't see the outside part from here. Ah, there it is. It's up there. All right. So yeah, let's replace all this and those. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna drop out. Oh, grabbed it. There we go. And we got the floor down here as well. Let's see. Nothing like being able to replace the foundation of a house without doing anything to actually support the house while you're doing it. I can't believe we were able to snag that. There we go. Whoops. Whoa, that went right in front of our face. There we go. Peach key and jelly bean. All right. And now we'll do this back wall. Let's go ahead and snag that one. I know a lot of folks will look at this and be like, well, why are you even concerned with these blocks that literally nobody can see? Because there's dirt, floor, ceiling. Nobody can see that. It's like, well, the reason those are there is because I found that, I build these buildings, and then at some point in the future, I'm like, oh, you know what? I need to change the landscaping outside. This hill needs to slope off a little more gently than this. And then I start working on, the up close to the house, and I start pulling away dirt from the wall, and there's no foundation. And then I have to put the foundation in anyway. So what I started doing was I just started building these more realistically, like, the foundation needs to go where the foundation goes. Even if nobody's going to see it, I'll know it's in there, and, and I can deal with it accordingly. So yeah. Okay, I'm feeling much better about this. Do we swap out the floor as well? I mean, if anything, the floor would be like the dirtiest part. It'd be really dark. Let's go ahead and do it. Yep, drop. There we go. Yeah, like this, like under the stairs. Yeah, the floor was finished off before the stairs were, so. definitely made the basement darker, that's for sure. Why did I put this lamp not in the corner? Why didn't I just put it there? That's odd. Yeah, I didn't center it in the room, and I didn't put it in the corner. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, because it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it should be either here or all the way in the corner. Oh, I just... Where'd my lantern go? There it is. Fell down behind the box. So, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, centered seems to make more sense. So it's 1 out from the wall. Alright. So there. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is... I like it better. I know it's I know it's just yet another repetitive pattern, but it's darker and it creates some contrast with the stairs. So it's not all just a like flat neutral gray. It's, you know, you've got this kind of ashier, darker, been around a long time kind of, you know, feeling to it. And so when we look at it from... Oh, is there any upstairs? Let's just double check really quick. No, none on this floor. Let's check up on the roof. No, there's none in here. Let's go literally look at the roof. Nope, none up here. We're not going to stay up there long. Pirates Bay is notorious for lightning during these storms, and I have seen things get struck by that lightning, so I don't tend to spend a lot of time outside during thunderstorms. And here's another case where instead of doing stone on stone on stone where everything just looks identical, getting more of that contrast between the light and dark. And this is what I was talking about when I was talking about outside, where I was saying, you know, there's just so much beige and like this neutral color. This, tonally speaking, the tone of it, this beige and this gray are so similar that if this was a black and white photo, I'm not sure if you'd be able to tell the difference in tone between these two blocks. In fact, it would be really interesting to do that, take a picture of it and see if there's much difference at all. And so maybe on this floor, to create some contrast, you know, like here we've got the contrast of these colors. I went with the lighter colored countertop, but I think what I could do is I could yank this countertop out and put in like the darkest, like a dark oak I could put in here to, again, contrast with the walls a little bit. And then for this, use this deep slate stone. Okay, that's cobbled. I'd want the brick one so we get the same pattern, kind of. But then that would put some contrast between the floor and the railing, because the stairs are made out of the same material. Yeah, so there'd be just a little touch of a dark color here. I would take the cabinetry and the counter out, swap that out with the dark oak so that there's contrast with the wall. I mean, we could do the table too, because again, the chair matches the walls. Yeah, I need to. This is part of what I was talking about. I need to get better with. I mean, I went to design school. I know this stuff. I think I was just in a hurry to start putting this stuff together and wasn't really looking at these things. I didn't realize there was a white bed in this one. Interesting. Yeah, just the little things we can do to create more contrast. And so on each floor there could be the contrasting shade. All right, so let's look at it from the outside. I think the rain's about to let up. Looks like the clouds are parting. I could be wrong. Okay, you can see the darker color underneath. Yeah, from the outside, that's not bad. The stone. The stone and the oak aren't too bad. I think because there's like, there's a whole block of it separating these chunks at every level, and so I think it does help break up the monotony of it. Yeah. Okay, so what I want is 1, 2, 3, 4. Might swap that block out. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. At least 11. All right. Make a dash for it. All right, let's see. And we said we wanted like the brick version, right? So there's chiseled. Wait, tile. Okay, chiseled is the one that was in the middle of the stairs. There's deep slate brick or tile. Do we want to go with the tile? Hold on. Oh. There we go. Let's put away the cobblestone we picked up. Alright, and then we're going to come over here. And now, did we want the... Do we want the tile? Or do we want the brick? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Do I want the tile or the brick? I don't remember at this point. So, unfortunately, we are going to have to make a little of each. There's brick. Let's do that. And then tile. There we go. And now let's put them, I don't know, we'll just stick them out here on the floor. Let's put them next to each other so we can see. Alright, they need to be separated, otherwise they'll stick. Okay, so this is what's in the house currently. So this matches stylistically. It's just darker. This is a different pattern altogether. And there's more variety in it. He goes from a really dark kind of patches to fairly light. I feel like we should the brick, yeah. At the very least, we should start with the brick. We may change it. Alright, let's put this back. Tile. So we'll do that. We're going to grab this just in case. And we're going to do... What'd I say, like 15? That should work. Alright, so we want the brick wall. There we go. Alright. Alright, let's head over. Run. Run between the raindrops. There we go. Alright. Very subtle difference. Very, almost too subtle, in fact. What if we swap out the decorative block? No, I'm not. This would need to be wider. Yeah, it looks wonky. Yep, that's fine. Alright, so leave it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Whoops, missed. Come on. Uh, 11. So, hold on, I'm going to write this down really quick. So that's 11 dark oak slabs, 2 dark oak stairs, 1 dark oak fence, and then 1 dark oak, not trapdoor, pressure plate. Yeah, that's not a trapdoor, that's a pressure plate. Because if you touch it, it makes a clicky noise. Yep. It's the thinnest object you can get is those pressure plates. Alright, so let's swap this out. Whoa. Oh, that's right, you can't jump on top of a wall. It's such a minor difference. But I'm thinking that with the cabinetry changes on every floor. Oh, there's another one. We want to change the chair. So that's an extra slab. That's 12. And 1 dark oak trapdoor. What's up here in the ceiling? Yeah, that's fine. I like the fact that it has, like, it's somewhat opaque, so you can see light coming through it. Did I? I did. I totally skipped the second floor. I was like, why do I have so many blocks left? Duh. Guys, you're not done yet? Yeah, that's fine. Whoops. Okay. That was literally an accident to put that there. But now that it's there, I kind of dig it. So it's going to stay. As Mr. Bob Ross would say, that was a happy accident. All right, let's see, brick. Yep. Put the brick wall with the rest of the brick. Chiseled goes here. And then that goes up. And And this is regular stone, so this goes here with those. Okay. And so now we're going to head over to the woodworking shop. And we will pick up a bunch of
the person you're trying to reach is not available right now.
There we go. Okay, so what is it? Birch, spruce, oak, dark oak,
If you need further assistance,
birch, oak, spruce. Darn it, I was so close. Would spruce be better? Spruce is like a medium. It's like a medium color. Let's look at it against... Yeah, let's grab a couple of these and we'll look at it against the... Oops, there we go. We'll look at it against the wood outside. So... good luck finding an open spot. Okay, this has got decent lighting here. So let's like that and like that. Okay, that's complimentary. Is it enough contrast? So what if, let's look at dark oak here. There's dark oak stairs, and I don't have any dark oak slabs. No. What is it, 4 to make a slab? What do I need? That's a crafting table. There we go. Okay, so that versus that. Yeah, the dark oak is just a richer, warmer color. Whoops. Where's my axe? Where's my axe? Oh, hold on. I took it out of my... Yeah, because I was looting. I was looting a bunch of stuff from the mine, and I had taken everything out of my pockets to give me as much space as possible. There we go. Grab my axe. Okay. Yeah, I was. It's part of the reason I have all that deep slate, is because I was down in the mine, way down in the mine, doing some excavation, and found a bunch of stuff down there. All right, so let's put the spruce back. Spruce stairs, spruce plank. while it's pretty, it's not quite dark enough. So, what did I say? I said two stairs, 12 slabs. So I need 2 more of that, and then turn around. Whoop, turn around. Here we go. Okay, there's 12 of those. Okay, I need a dark oak trapdoor. A dark oak piece of fence. And a pressure plate. What was the pressure plate? Was it 2? Yeah. Okay. Close that. Put that away. All right, let's... All right, a little interior redesign. Oh, heard that. Where is he? He sounded really close. There he is. He's over by the side of the building. We're changing out the inside. I feel like I should get the dark oak door. Yeah, let's grab a dark oak door as well so everything matches up. One dark oak door. I think there's just the one. Whoops. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's strange. It's not on. One of my settings isn't on. Hold on. Did it get reverted? Options, resources, no. Video, shaders, options, other. Yeah, hand sway turned off. That's odd. Why would that have changed? Okay, let's look at... Okay, those stayed changed. Material, water, wave. Okay, all of those are changed. Okay, for some reason that one setting didn't stick. I don't know why. I realized as I was standing here, it's set up to have subtle movement. If you look at the tools in my left and right hand, they're slowly rocking up and down to simulate like if I was breathing, instead of just being static and just sitting there without moving. I thought it was a really nice subtle touch. Really nice subtle touch. That was a hard sentence. Mr. Trader, how you doing today? How's your llamas? Sir, why are you down in that little ditch? What's going on? What you got for me today? You got sea pickles, cornflower, lilies, mushrooms. Oh, you're selling pointed dripstones. 2 of them for an emerald, huh? And packed 3 emeralds for a single packed ice? Sir. Sir. Highway robbery. You want 2 emeralds for a single sea pickle? Sir, I feel like you're trying to take advantage of me every time you come over to visit. I really do. I feel like you're trying to take advantage of me. The only one that I feel like is a decent, even slightly decent deal is this dripstone, because that's kind of hard to come by. Yeah. I think we're gonna pass. Oh, you look different. Wait, come back. You look slightly different. Yeah, you got kind of an upgrade. Why is your lead stuck over here? His lead is stuck. Yeah, he left, but his animals are stuck. How do I break it? Can I? There it goes. Okay. I need to do this quick because I don't want him going inside. Where'd he go? I heard him. I thought he was close, and so I quickly threw the door back on. Where is it? Okay, he's standing outside. All right. Yeah, he looks different. I think he got like a design upgrade. Yeah, he looks different. There's like more detail. I don't think that's part of the resource pack. Yeah, they look different. Maybe it's just me. Alright. Let's see. Wait, what? Why is the lead stretching through my building? What is happening? Alright, let's try this. Hold on. They seem to be stuck here. Let me grab this and stick it. Did that break it? No. Why is his lead stuck there? I don't know. I can't make it. I can't fix it. I'll go put that dirt back later. Alright, we got that. Okay. Variations in tone. And so here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Variations in tone. Not a lot of difference, but it's a subtle difference. So come down here. The leads are still just stuck for some reason. Is it this block? No. I can't reach that block. I can't reach either of those blocks. Where is he? Is he standing right outside the door again? Yes. Can I can't. Can I? Can't reach. Bound and determined to reach. Aha. There. Okay. That was silly. Alright, so variations in wood colors. I almost feel like the workshop here needs to have maybe put storage barrels up here above the windows. It feels like there's not enough something. Like it looks too blank up there. If we put like this kind of deal up there. But instead of those, flip them around so that the barrel is sticking out. So maybe do 3 dark oak stairs and 2 barrels, so that the barrels aren't over the windows. Let's try that. Can we get out of here? Or is he in front of the door again? He is. He's camping out right in front of the door so that I can't get out. I don't have an alternate way out. I mean, I guess I could just break through the wall and put it back. Just so I'm on the other side of the building from him. Can I see his little swirlies? Yeah, he's standing right there, right in front of the door. The second I open the door, he's going to try to walk in. Because he's really obtrusive like that. Okay, it sounds like they're walking that way. Quick run. Alright. What are we getting? Oh, 2 barrels and 2 dark oak stairs. Alright, so we need 1, 2, 3. So there are the stairs. And what does it take to make a barrel? Let's see, barrel. 6 wood and 2 slabs. Let's use something we have a plethora of. Oh, kind of even on everything. No, we actually have more dark oak than anything else right now. So, okay, what was it? Where'd it go? But no. Where was it? I'd swear it was in here. There it is. 6 wood, 2 slabs. Is that per barrel? Let's put all this other stuff away. Oak slabs. That's birch. There's an oak trapdoor. Birch. Let's see. Whoops. There we go. Put that down there. All right, so we got the stairs. Now we need the barrels. Okay, so what we're going to do is go here. No, that's pressure plate. There we go. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 2 there, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Okay, we got our barrels, we got our... Alright, let's close the door. Let's put away the extras. Three and 2, yeah, it should be fine. Alright, let's see if he got his llamas unstuck. Starting to run really low on hunger is increasing. Should fix that. No, he's still hanging out. Alright, so we're gonna go there and there. And then oh wait, I did that exactly backwards. You know, if you're gonna do it backwards, do it exactly backwards. Let's try that again. I said above the windows we were going to put those and then the barrels like that. Yeah, there we go. That's got a definite workshop feel to it. And then I think if it'll let me, I'm going to put another like finishing slab up in the corner here to kind of finish off that edge. So I need 2 more slabs. Dude, can you not? Can you just go somewhere? Okay, he's up there on that block. Sir, take your llamas elsewhere. Alright, 2. Perfect, got 2 of them. I'd have just kept them with me. Alright, let's go run these up here, and then we're gonna grab some food to put in our tummy so we can actually run again, because we currently can't run because we're too low on energy. So glad he can't open the door. Perfect. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks very workshop-y. Workshop-ish, workshop-y. Let's see. So, up on the top. This is now done-ish. Until the next time that I feel it's wrong. He's being awfully quiet. I've heard the llamas. Okay, they're off in the distance. Yeah, they're over there. He's chatting with his llamas. All right. All right. So we inadvertently we looked at this building to take maybe to change it, and we ended up changing this one, which was a subtle change, but it was. I didn't feel like the outside necessarily needed a change. It's a very kind of classic, kind of stoic, large building. So it didn't need, a lot of finesse on the outside. It was just that little bit of the change in the cobblestone and a couple little touches here and there on the inside to make it contrasty and make it stand out a little more. So I think that worked out pretty well. Okay, let's run back to the warehouse, the house above the warehouse, and we'll snag some food really quick because our health bar is depleting. Alright, and upstairs to the kitchen, and let's grab, what do we have the most of? Oh, I had carrots. Good grief. I didn't even realize I had these with me. Let's eat the berries first. So close. There we go. Put those back away. Okay, now we should be able to run with some semblance of urgency. Hold on a second. What was that? Strange. All right. So I keep trying to think if there's something else I could do to the outside of the building, and I think I'm getting to the point of overkill now, where I'm going to keep looking at it and keep wanting to tweak it and play with it. That's just not making any sense. Oh yeah, I said I was going to put this dirt block back away that I swiped from here. Okay, so I changed the foundation of this building. So does that become a universal across? Do we now swap out the foundations of all of these, and instead of using cobblestone, we use the deep slate cobblestone? The one thing I do like about this cobblestone are the moss ones. They have moss covered cobblestones. I only have like 30 of those, I think, and all the rest are just the regular ones, and so I tend to use them very sparingly. But if I had an infinite supply of those, I would probably use those anywhere where cobblestone touches the ground for a sense of realism. He's still hanging out by the door over there. Alright, so... I'm going to mute the mic for just a second so I can open my soda. Hold on 1 second. Normally my sound gate takes care of that, but for some reason when it's a soda, it seems to get by it and it makes a really loud noise on the mic, so I always try to mute it when I'm opening a soda. And for anybody who's curious, I'm drinking Orange Crush. However, I'm drinking the zero sugar variant, so it's basically diet soda. The funny thing is about the zero sugar is that it tastes nearly identical, like close enough that you can't really tell that much, to the regular, which is saying something, because the orange soda category is usually they're pretty sweet and kind of syrupy, but this one it tastes really good. So the Orange Crush, the zero sugar version, is really yummy. And it was funny because when I went to the store, was it a couple weeks ago, they were out of it, and so I was like, oh well, I'm sure the other orange sodas taste the same. I'll just grab a 6-pack of one of those instead. And so I grabbed a different brand, and I'm not going to badmouth another company, so I'm just not going to say their name, but so I grabbed this other company's orange soda, and I took a drink of it when I got home, and I kid you not, it tasted like somebody had used pond water to make the soda. It tasted almost fishy. I don't know how else to describe it, but I took a drink of it and I literally, my entire face like just scrunched up. I was like, what the? I thought there was something wrong with the can. And so I took like another small sip of it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's really not good. And I poured it out because I thought maybe just something bad got in the can. And so I opened another can, No, that's what the soda tastes like. It's just awful. And it's the zero sugar brand, so it should taste just like the regular. And boy, it really tasted off. It was really bad. But another one that I found that was pretty close. Again, they can't exactly replicate it, but they get really close. The other one was Fanta, or Fanta, depending on how you say it. The zero sugar version is quite good. Again, not exactly the same, but really close and really good. So yeah, Orange Crush and Fanta or Fanta, depending on where you're from and how you say it. I glanced down at my feedback monitor and realized that the closed captioning has no way to delineate between me saying a word in two different ways. It just types the same word over and over. And so it looks like I'm just repeating myself and having a very odd conversation. But yeah, anyway. And here's another interesting. Why does the stonework in the middle of this look different than that stonework? Is it lighting? Is it, because this is all the same stone, isn't it? I mean, this is raw. So it's going to look different. But this, those two blocks are identical, aren't they? Minecraft stone brick. Stone brick. They're identical. That stone and that stone. And when you look at them like this, even from this floor to this floor, it's because of the lighting. Yeah, there's a weird opacity thing with stone, with anything in this game, it seems like. And I don't know if that's an issue of the shader or if that's just a built-in issue of the game. But there's something about, because like this, if you come over here and you look at this building, there are no lights on the outside of that building. What you're seeing is the light passing through the wood and making it glow. Yeah, there are no lights on the outside of that building. And yet you can see, like here, anywhere where there's a light close to the wood on the outside, it looks like it's glowing slightly. There's another great example. The lighthouse. Let's zoom in on it. If you look at the lighthouse, the only lights that are outside, technically, are the actual light at the top of the lighthouse. The actual, there are just racks of iron lanterns in there. I'm going to swap those out once I find a brighter stone, and I think I found one. I think I found one in the Nether, and so I may be replacing the lights in there with a brighter light. He's still here. Good grief. Normally he bails after I don't talk to him after like 10-15 minutes. Today he's just hanging out for days now. Anyway, back to this. So yeah, the only light on the outside of it is that torch at the very top. All of these torches are inside the building, and yet they're lighting up the outside of the stone. So it's an opacity thing. Like the light is glowing through the actual stone. It makes for a very cool effect, but it's not necessarily very realistic. And the other problem is it plays hell with when you're trying like this, inside light versus outside light, what's bouncing off versus glowing through. Yeah, and so you get this weird, this stone is exactly the same as this stone, and yet if you ask somebody who didn't know the game, they'd be like, absolutely not, those are obviously two very different things. No, actually they're the same thing. Huh. Sun's coming back up here pretty soon. Okay, so let's see, what time is it? I've been on for about 2.5 hours. Let's see. Do we carry this throughout the deep slate? Because that's, I mean, that in and of itself could take us several hours to replace all of it in all of the buildings, because every basement is done with that. Or do we just leave that for as we rework each one of these buildings in the design, we'll just factor that in as we go, kind of a thing. Not sure. I kind of feel like I need to get the big picture done. So, okay, fine. Let's look at one of these smaller buildings that we still need to do yet. And we've been kind of following a pattern here, starting in the back and working our way forward. But one building that's going to be very important to the community is going to be the pub. I don't feel like this is anywhere big enough. It's just, this is the space we kind of have to work with. I mean, I guess I could try to stretch this out a little more and rework the side of the cliff here. I'm trying to not do too much trying not to do too much world modification of like the terrain and stuff like that. Part of my reasoning for that is it's very easy to fit the world to your needs. It takes a lot more effort to fit what you're making to the world you're given. And so that's part of kind of the simple life thought process is, working with what you have and what's available instead of, just automating everything, having everything at your fingertips and whatnot. That whole thing of swapping out the deep slate. Yeah, I went down and I mined that deep slate out myself. That's, that there was no automation involved in that. That wasn't a creative thing. I was down in the nether and I was hammering away or not the nether, but I was way down inside. In fact, let's see, the mine's over there. I went down, followed I went back to the 0 point, which is back over this way somewhere. Deeper, kind of, just coincidentally, the 0 point, what is it, XYZ 000, the literal 0 point of the game, is right over here. It's like within easy walking distance. Well, and tunneling distance because it's underground. But so yeah, I went and I marked that 0 point. Well, once I marked the 0 point, I kind of broke off from that tunnel that I had made, and ended up finding underneath these mountains is just riddled with massive caves down underneath there. I mean, huge caves. The kind of caves that stretch so far you can, the fog hits before you can actually see the other end of the cave. They're just huge. And so I was wandering around down there and kind of looking around at stuff. And I found an amethyst geode down inside the ground. And so it took me days of layer by layer shaving off and going down and down until I completely removed the entire geode. Looking back on that now, it's unfortunate that I did that because I didn't realize that when you break down the geode like that, any of those blocks that could spawn crystals no longer can do that. And my thought process was, I'm going to take all this back to Pirates Bay, and I'm going to set up a jewelry store, like a gems and jewels store. And in the basement, we'll grow amethyst geodes, and we'll grow those crystals. And it doesn't work like that. Once you break the geodes that have the crack in them that allows the crystal to grow, it just reverts into just a regular amethyst block. And so I mean, it was a learning experience. Unfortunately, I wish it was one I would have learned before I did it as opposed to afterwards, because otherwise I would have just left the geodes sitting there and I would have gone down on a regular basis and just farmed the crystals out of it instead of breaking the entire thing apart, thinking that I was going to be able to essentially put it back together again like Humpty Dumpty once I got topside. What is that right there? Is that a... I can't tell if that's a sheep looking the other way. It's not water, because there's water running down over that hill over there. So it's not water. I think maybe it is. I think maybe it's just a sheep just standing there, facing the opposite direction. Anyway, so, boy, did I get distracted. Holy cow. So yeah, the long and the short of all of that spiel there was that I'm trying to not change the world around me too much. I'm trying to... I think it makes it feel more natural when you work to the environment instead of changing the environment for you. You notice things like you get these natural paths, and the fact that we needed to build a bridge to get across to the other part of town because there was this large body of water here that we needed to get past. And in fact, this body of water, I was looking at it wondering if I could, because it comes from a mountain spring. It pours out of the mountain and comes down into this little pond here. But what I was thinking was, if I could take this pond and like 2, maybe even 3 wide, continue on this way. A little cascading waterfall here, and then feeds into this lake down here, pond. I thought that would be pretty cool. And then I realized that's going to require... There's a path there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bridges. I was like, could I have put it in a more populated place? so yeah, unfortunately that's not going to work unless I revamp a lot of this, like how these sidewalks go and whatnot. Either that, or it would have to go underground, which kind of defeats the purpose. But it would make for a cute little waterfall here, and then I don't know, maybe I'd have to move the stacks of wood and everything too. I guess I could move the wood back over on this side a little bit, kind of maybe dig a little area of that out and put the wood stacks over there. And then do a footbridge there, a footbridge here to go over the water. I don't know. I'm still playing with the idea. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, here's just another example. Here's another place where I used the cobblestone, and because it is such a bright repeating pattern, the pattern almost takes over what your eye can see. And so all you see is just this kind of blanket of stone shapes, as opposed to what's there, which is basically a wood cutting operation with saw blades and these fences that come over the. I forget, did I make those close? No, I used to have, there used to be doors that would close on this one. I took them out. But yeah, it's just another thing where if I used that darker cobblestone from the deep slate, just wondering how much of an impact that would make. That's pretty. The moon. Yeah, that's really pretty. And grab a quick screenshot of that. That might be the screen cap for the video later. That's just a really pretty shot. All right, let's see. Maybe we go down a mine for a little bit. Maybe that would help get my mind off of this. Because I feel like I'm spinning my wheels on it, and I'm not coming to a fast solution, and it's kind of bothering me. So let's do something else for a while. Let's go ahead and we're going to get in here, and we are going to take out anything that isn't essential. We'll get rid of one of those. And we will what else do we need here? I think these tools are good. Yeah. All right, we are going to head to the Nether. This is something I actually haven't, I don't believe I've actually streamed any of my ventures down into the Nether. At some point, way back, when I started building this world, at some point I ran across... Did I run... I think I ran across a broken gate. And I couldn't figure out how to fix it. I knew what it was, but I didn't have enough experience in Minecraft to know how to fix it. And so I eventually, because it's not one of those things that you can like just real easily figure out, because it is very specific, I think I ended up looking it up. And I was like, oh, okay, so if I have tools X, Y, and Z and I do it this way, I can actually build one of those. And then I was like, well, it's the whole teleporting and everything like that is just part and parcel of the story in this game. It's just something that, you know, it isn't like it's a secret or anything like that. There's portals all over the place. And so, but in my head, for some reason, I was thinking, you know, portals wouldn't be something that they just let the general population just use whenever they felt like it, just teleporting all over the place. There would be like rules and like, you know, who could and couldn't use them and where you could and couldn't go, etc., stuff like that. And so I ended up, this mound of dirt that's been here since day one. Again, I didn't build this. This was already here. All I did was I dug into it and I put these authorized personnel only doors on here. And when you go in, it is like, I tried to make it look like an old school temple or something like it was, that's been here forever. Like the matching pattern of the stone and the wood and whatnot, or stone and the dirt and whatnot. And I put my, I built this gate down here, and you know, there's a little table over there for research and some books and whatnot. There is, oh, where'd it go? Oh, I moved it. There used to be 2 racks here, armor racks. And I moved those over to the armory for the person who builds armor. Because without having monsters in the game, the armor thing is kind of a nicety as opposed to a necessity. You don't need it. Oh, sorry. My brain was like, you're going to yawn and you're going to yawn now. Yeah, because we're playing Simple Life, and the way that we're playing the game, there are mobs, but there are no monsters. And so there aren't any things that go bump in the night in this game. Like, it's nighttime outside, and we're running around. We can go out in the dark. We can go out in the water. We can go wherever we want, and there are no monsters here. See? No monsters. We'll go out here away from any of the light. No monsters. They have been, they do not exist in this world. The one caveat to that, or asterisk, I guess, is apparently the drowned. Those are not considered the same as the other mobs. And so those, I believe, are for some reason still in the game. I'm not 100% sure. I have to look that part back up. But anyway, yeah, so I made this, put this together. I did this, getting this portal together was fun because it involved basically lava and trapping lava and pouring water on top of it, and yeah, so building this was interesting. But yeah, so let's go continue on with what I have found in the Nether. All right. All right, there's my torch. I've been exploring down here. Just little, it's very hard to get around unless you can fly, because they're like islands floating in the sky, and then there's like, literally like a 40 block drop straight down to the ground, and so there's no real easy way to get around without like digging tunnels and trying to make your way through the world. And so over here, we're gonna go uphill for a second here first. But yeah, if you stand here, and I'm gonna zoom in, if you look across the way, you can see those candles in what appear to be windows. That was me realizing that I could get from here around all of this, and then over there I started digging into the wall to try to get around because there was no way down. But it is much harder down here than one might think, because there is lava behind like every fourth brick. It seems like no matter where you dig down here, you end up hitting something that lava comes flying out of. And I have died three times down here now. I've died. And because of the way I have my server set up, that is a much less detrimental thing. When you die here, again, this isn't hardcore, so it is basically the opposite of hardcore. When you die here, you keep your inventory and you just go back to your spawn point. I turned off the lose inventory thing because since, again, it's just me on the server for right now, and because I was trying to build things and I was getting things set up, I was working way underground in this one area, and I didn't realize how deep I was underground, and I found an area where you could swim through what looked like a waterfall, but you swam out into the ocean, and then you could just go up to the surface. And I saw it and I was like, oh, hey, I can see daylight up there. Let's just swim out here. And I didn't realize how far down I was. And I was so far down that I ran out of air before I got to the top. And by the time I realized that was going to happen, it was too late for me to turn back around and try to go back down. And I was all disoriented and I was really frustrated. Well, I died. And I died carrying. I had diamonds, there was gold, I had copper. I'd been mining underground for like 3 hours that night. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a quick way to just pop up to the top and we'll be done. And no, it was a quick way. And I lost all of that stuff. So that was right around the time where I installed Core Protect, where I could roll back things like that happening. And that was also when I reset my server to not lose things when you die. So anyway, in this part of the world, this is just beautiful down here. There's all these amazing, when we were up here, there are these rich, let's sneak around some of this stuff. These like rich green and like the glowy bits on this that keep like changing colors and swooshing around, and there's reds and there's purples, and just a super colorful level here, part of the Minecraft world. But and one of the funny things is those sounds for some reason aren't tied to whether or not the mobs are in the game, and so it randomly makes a sound like there's a mob, and there aren't any mobs, so it's just a sound. But I am amused by it. Where was I? Oh, I was looking right over there. There were 2 specks of light. Okay. Oh, that's my... Is that my bridge? And those are obviously... Hold on. Okay, so if those are there... And you come this way... Okay, yeah, I think that's my path that crosses over the lava. And then it comes up this way, and then those steps go up through there, and then I realized that I again hit lava and I died. And so I had to go like curve around and to get back to the other side of that. So yeah, I've been spelunking all over around here, and what I've done is I've created a path using once I found something down here, I created a path using both torches and these glowing bricks here. Oh, speaking of which, I wanted to see what the light emission is from these. F3. Let's see, where is that info? That is a shroom light, and it gives off... where is it? Client light, 9. Yeah, the block gives off 9 light. I think it's saying 9, a level 9 light. Let's see what it says about this. It says a torch gives off 10. Alright, so there's another kind of block down here that it isn't this one, it's the other kind that shatters when you touch it. We'll see how much that light gives off. I'm trying to find the brightest light I can to put in the top of the whatchamacallit, the lighthouse, because the lights that are up there at the time was the brightest thing I could find to put up there, and it's so pale you can barely see it. I want it to at least glow like you can see it from a distance. But anyway, so yeah, so torch there, light here, light here. Basically, you just keep, and when you get to a light, you look to the next light and you keep going. But yeah, I found something down here. Light, go to the next light, and pass it. Light, go to the next light. And I'm not entirely sure what I found. Yeah, there's some more of the lights that I moved. Okay, yeah. So there's this kind of light, and then there's that kind of light. This, if I use my pickaxe, I can knock that down, move it somewhere else, and put it back up. This light up here, if you use your pickaxe on it, it shatters and turns into dust. But you can take that dust and put it back together again, and put the light back together again. However, it uses one more dust than it gives you. And so it is, instead of 1 for 1, because otherwise that would make it a really handy way to carry these lights around. Instead of being a one-for-one trade-off of dust to light, you basically lose a dust every time you make a light. So you can't just like carry it around and keep breaking it and having it with you. I accidentally smacked the mouse. Okay, so there. Yeah, we looked at that, then we come this way. Okay, go to the torches. Go to the next torches. Go to the torches. Go down. Go over the lava. Follow the torches. Okay, I think this is what I was seeing over there. Are these lights right here. So if we look back over there, we should be able to see the portal. No, it's not that high up. No, that's like the ceiling. Let's move over a little bit more. I'd swear... Oh, is that it right there? I swear we could see the portal. There it is. Right there, because there's my torch. So this dark area here is the portal. So yeah, basically we walked all the way around this huge gaping opening here. And we got here. So yeah, and so when I got here, I was like, okay, there's no in, and so I tried going straight. No, that was too thick, and so I was like, okay, maybe I can get to the top of this thing, and so I started climbing up here, and so digging, and I got to this wall, and I broke through, and it happened so fast I couldn't get out of the way because it was all that way down there. But just lava just poured, and I had nowhere to go because it was just coming out too fast. And then I died, and so I plugged that up and I scooted around it and came this way, and then I got out here and realized, okay, again, very pretty, but that's a long way down to a sea of lava. And so came over this way. Let's see. Yep, there's the next post. And then I came here, kind of straightened out. Went this way. And I got here, and the game started making some very weird noises. That... in fact, boy, that was some great timing. And I was like, wait, hold on. And so I went up here, and I was up on top of this, and I was wandering around, and I was like, I don't see anything, but it just kept playing that sound over and over again, like there was a monster that was really mad that I was here. I'm like, okay, something's going on. What is this place? What is this? And so I found nothing up here, and basically it's just a huge... Oh, and the music was playing like that, yeah. I'm like, okay, obviously this is something. I need to figure out what that is. And so I started trying to find a way to, like... But basically, this goes up several steps, and that's just a brick wall. Like, it's impassable. And so I was like, okay, maybe I can go around. And so I came over this way, and I found this little, okay. I was like, all right, so we can kind of scoot around the edge here. Maybe I can get down a little farther. And I was walking along. I'm like, okay, well, it kind of levels out back here. I'm like, well, this is interesting. And so I kind of looked back here. I'm like, well, wait, it goes down? And I got here and I started digging.